Hello and welcome to my I don't know. Mic check 1 2 1 2. We should mic you up too. Hey, so tonight's soup we are doing Tuscan ham and bean soup. So that includes the onions, carrots, celery, and then we got some kale, we got some cubed ham, we got a smoked ham hock, some garlic, and then we got, of course, the beans over here. And I soaked these overnight, so these are good and ready to go. I'm going to put this back on for now. And then we can start with browning, or I'm just going to brown the cubed ham steak just a little bit. So I got my pan warming up over here. Okay, that's browning. Go ahead and I'm going to strip the thyme and get all this ready so we can chop it all up. All right, now we have our ham steaks lightly cubed up or lightly browned up. I just wanted to kind of let them release their moisture a little bit before we put them into the soup. So now we got that same oil that's in here. We're going to add our mirepoix. We got our celery, carrots, onion, and a little bit of parsley stems in there. Now let's mix it up. And at this point, I will add a wee spot of salt to help the moisture draw out. And I do white pepper because Brady's allergic to black pepper. And then we're going to put in these herbs. Actually, I'm going to put it in half. Let that fragrance up a little bit. Then here we got our spices. We have a little bit of paprika. It's mostly going to be for color. We're going to have a little bit of nutmeg. Whenever you have greens and something, like I'm going to put the kale in, you want to add a little bit of nutmeg. It helps bring out that flavor. I learned that from Rachel Ray. A little bit of cumin for a little bit of warmth. A little bit of dry mustard. I heard on the recipes that I was watching and doing a little bit of research, everybody said that this is great for the soup. So, there. I'm going to let that all get fragrant and then add the garlic. I'm going to add that garlic now. We're going to heat all that up. And then from there, we're going to be able to add our beans and then add our broth. And it's going to be so cool. Just you wait. So I'm going to deglaze this pan. There's actually, I'm going to let the moisture come out a little bit more. But once it's ready to deglaze, I'm going to add just a just a skosh of some apple cider vinegar. The apple will go really well with the pork. So that's my plan from here on out. That's where I'm at. While that's softening down, I'm going to get this kale prepared, and by prepared I basically just mean take the stems off and Put the soft part of the leaf on the plate and the hard stem in the compost. Okay, so the onions and carrots and everything have softened and wilted down a little bit, so I'm going to deglaze with just a little bit of this apple cider vinegar, just a touch, like that. We're going to use that to, excuse me, we're going to use that to scoop up all that fond on the bottom. That's all flavor. You can smell the apple coming off. I keep forgetting I'm wearing a mic. I might be talking way too loud. Alright, now we got that in, we're going to add this cubed ham, or ham steak. And I want to point out that this was a ham with a bone in it. You can still put it in, it'll add a lot of flavor. You can just take it out when it's done. Get that all mixed up in there. And now for the main ingredient. We're going to add these beans in. And we're going to stir all that together. And then we're going to set this ham hock right on top. Right on top, right here. And I have my own homemade chicken herb broth that I'm going to put in here. Hopefully I don't spill everywhere. And if I need to add a little bit more water, that's fine, which I do. I just want to get it to where that ham hock is covered. Get it smushed in there. And then put a lid on it. Bring it to a boil. You know how soup do. Okay, so we pulled that ham hock out, and look at how it just falls off the bone now. But we're going to let this cool down for a while this is still going to be simmering. And then once this is all chilled, I'm going to shred it all up and add it also into the pot. You can also save the bones. When they cool down, put them in your freezer, and you can use them for stock later in the future. Alright, I got all that ham hock shredded up, and I'm going to just add that back into the pot. And from here, you just bring it to temperature, and you're basically done.